Hi everybody, it's Char, and I promised that I would videotape my Christmas tree. So that's what I'm doing. Looks a lot better at night, but I tried taping it at night and it didn't turn out so good with the lights off. So anyway, this is our Christmas tree that we went to a Christmas tree farm and picked out and cut down ourselves. And I've been wanting to put up this tree for a very long time, but for many different reasons it hasn't happened until this year. And I'm hoping that this year it's okay. Thus far Alan has been alright with this tree that is covered almost entirely with glass. As you can see, I have the old style Christmas lights. They are new, but they are the old style, which goes with the type of ornaments I have on this tree, and which my husband also requested. He said he wanted the type of lights from when he was a kid, and so I agreed that that's exactly what should be on a tree like this. Those who follow Facebook know that I had a variety of problems with these lights. I had a major meltdown with yelling, ripping lights off of trees, smashed bulbs. Not too proud of what happened. Had to put the lights back on a second time. Also discovered that there was that you cannot connect more than 4 or 5 of these sets end to end. Normally I ignore that type of advice on packages, because with mini lights, even though they'll tell you not to connect that many sets of lights together, we all know that you can, but they were serious. And I also didn't know that these old style sets have fuses, which blow if you connect too many of these sets together. So I found that out the hard way, and I also can't, even with the tree connected like this, I cannot blow dry my hair without blowing major fuses in the house. So anyway, yeah, they suck a lot of energy. They're very hot to the touch. They're a pain in the butt, and I see now why people stopped using them. But they go with the look of the tree, so we're sticking with it this year. I have been collecting vintage glass ornaments from the 40s, 50s, and 60s for years. I think there's about, I'm going to guess, 120 ornaments on this tree. With 1 or 2 exceptions, all of these ornaments have designs or etchings or stripes. I have lots of the plain vintage ornaments too, but I basically decided it would be enough to put these on the tree. I love these type of ornaments. I know there are people who are of a certain age who probably think whoop-de-doo, big deal. You know, these were common dime store ornaments. But just like I don't really like shag carpeting or avocado green appliances because I grew up with them, I can see why people of a certain age wouldn't be thrilled with these, but I love them. To me, they symbolize the simplicity of an era gone by. So anyway, I've been collecting them for years. Haven't put them on a tree yet, and will still like to collect more. Luckily, in Milwaukee, rummage sales are a great source for these, as well as thrift stores. People up here in the Midwest haven't really caught on too much as to the real value. This one here might be from the 1930s. Let's see. So I'm just filming a bunch of them. These two are interesting. There's a couple of these on the tree. Let's see if I can get this. These are from the 60s. They're actually plastic, rimmed with plastic. They were meant to mimic the old style ornaments. I have a couple of those on. There's a green one. I don't have too many here on the front of the tree, but I have some, so that the picture window doesn't look too bare. And anyway, I absolutely adore these ornaments. The garland on my tree is also vintage glass. I have various pieces, whoops, that fell down, various ropes of vintage garland that are all glass beads. I actually have more of this, but didn't feel like putting it on the tree. I've got it on here in a couple of different colors. I also have this plain garland. Truth be told, I can't stand that bushy, modern garland. Can't stand it, hate it, despise it. But that kind of garland goes with the look of this tree. And because I can't do tinsel, because of our cats, at least tinsel that you buy in a store today, I could do vintage tinsel, but I've never seen it out and about. And I think it costs a pretty penny on eBay. Real tinsel is made out of part lead, and you would save it from year to year. But I never saw it, so I never bought it. Because really, the way this tree should look should be the old style, where this thing is just gobbed in tinsel. Anyway, so since I don't like tinsel garland very much, I never picked up vintage tinsel garland when I saw it over the years, and now I could kick myself because I have seen it over the years. And so I went out looking for the thinnest tinsel that I could find that wasn't bushy, and interestingly enough, I found it at Walmart, where you would think that it would be the most obnoxious. It was also the cheapest, so I kind of lucked out. There's 4 paper ornaments on my tree. I believe them to be from the 1940s because of the graphics. This is one of them. It's an angel. And back here, there's yellowed cellophane. You can see my finger moving there. The idea was to have the light peek through it. But I thought since they were vintage, there's another one, would put them on the tree. A couple of my pride and joy ornaments are, of course, this bell, which even has a blown glass knocker in it. Another one is this mushroom guy. This one they make new now, reproducing it, but this is an original one. Let's see, what's another one that I really, really love? Oh, this one was a super find, obviously. And anytime you find a big, huge one like this, that's a great find as well. And too, like this one I showed before. I never went on eBay to buy these ornaments. I never went to an antique store. I found these over a period of many, many years, way over 10 years. Collected them all. I'd say half of them are marked Shiny Bright. You know, this right here is a classic Shiny Bright. The other half are probably marked West Germany, with a few exceptions. A couple that I like, I want more of. I don't know if people remember these. I have a few on the tree. They're clear, but they have a piece of tinsel inside. I don't even know if you can see that, but that's how thin vintage tinsel garland should be. So someday maybe I'll get to the icicles. So I guess a few other things I'll show here outside of my tree. This is my new but old bookcase from the 1930s. It came from my great-grandmother's estate this summer, Cecilia. Those who follow along know who Cecilia is. It's from the 30s, and I collect other little vintage Christmassy knickknacks. I love all this stuff from this era, 40s, 50s, some 60s. I wish I could have more of it. And this is one of those Christmas villages. This is an inexpensive one, and it's not the whole village, and I don't feel like putting it up right now, the whole thing, lighting it up, and I don't know what Alan would do with it, so I just put a few pieces in here. Hi, here I am. And let's see, I collect vintage felt Christmas stuff from the 60s and the 70s. Most people know that stuff as the elves. This is a vintage one. I have a whole collection of these ornaments. I have a little tinsel tree to put them on, but I didn't pull it out this year. I don't know where to put it, and I don't know, you know, if too much is too much for Alan to deal with, you know. But anyway, I have a whole collection of these. If you see these, you should buy them, and this one doesn't, but if they should have the Made in Japan sticker. Keep the Made in Japan sticker on all of these items. Here's another one. This is a music box, And this one has its made, there it is, it's made in Japan sticker. These are more and more collectible. Anything that's this felt. There's a Santa that's not old. These are, John gets me ornaments every year, and these are the ornaments he got me last year, but they're too fragile to hang on the tree. You know. Here's a little vintage, something that some woman made somewhere and put it at a rummage sale, and I picked it up. It's a picture of Santa, and trying to avoid my messy house. There's a Christmas bear of Allen's by the front door. And here's, I'm going to be doing a post about Christmas cards, people, and you can see why. There's a problem. Anyway, I made this little hanger, saw it in Martha Stewart, to hang up my cards. Okay, here's our messy couch with a couch cover because I don't want to ruin my couch. Here's just our little mantle. This is one of those frames that you can put the whole record album in. And this is the original Peanuts record album from the 1960s that I listened to growing up, which my parents had in their collection. And Charlie Brown Christmas is my quintessential childhood, so there it is. And a couple little Norfolk pines. And then here's a container of vintage plain ornaments. And, oops, I didn't mean to do that. And here's our stockings. These are from Martha Stewart, which also my tree skirt is from Martha Stewart. And now that she's out of Kmart, I'm telling you people, that stuff is collectible. I don't care if it's the kitchen stuff or it's the Christmas stuff, any of that Martha Stewart everyday stuff is going to be collectible. And though I do not know any embroidery or sewing skills, I somehow managed to get our names on here. St. Nick brought my husband the guitar music for Classical Gas. And, okay, there's a bunch of junk here that needs to get put away. But here's our nativity scene with the Fontanini figures. And I always put Jesus in, but I guess after reading all these Catholic blogs, we're supposed to wait, so we're gonna wait. And I have a couple of framed vintage Christmas cards. There's one. And here's another with kitties. Allen's Advent Calendar. Basically, I love anything vintage Christmas. And what else could I show? Other than showing how dirty my house is. Okay, here's my steam mop and my vacuum. This is how we live. No surprise for some people. And here's in my kitchen. I collect salt and pepper shakers that are vintage. I used to have a lot. I've cleared out the collection over the years, and they're also not on display right now in my house because of Alan, and because I've had them out on display for so many years I got sick of them, and someday in a different house. So anyway, but I do pull out the Christmas ones. So here's a few in the kitchen. These two snowmen are especially valuable because they are from the Joseph Originals collection. And I have a couple right here on the stove. I collect vintage hot pads, and I don't have my Christmas ones out, but I have Christmas ones that I hang up. And I don't know. I don't have all my Christmas decorations out yet. I would have used to feel bad about it, but I don't anymore. And there's Alan's Little People playset. So anyway, this is the tree. Oh, that top on the top. I forgot to mention that. The Santa up on the top. Totally obnoxious. Not really my style, but it goes with the era of the tree. This one is from the 1970s because the package was marked that way. But I know from researching vintage Christmas items that this was available in the late 50s and all through the 60s, so it goes with the tree. He's kind of a, you know, creepy looking Santa, but a lot of those Santas were creepy, so, you know, what can I say? Alright, that's the tree. Hope you like it. Bye.